Okay, so it's 4:30 in the morning, and the Israel Defense Forces have just made an announcement to the people of Gaza that their time is running up at approximately 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. They will be carrying out and furthering their genocide. They will be invading Gaza, which is disgusting. It's disgusting how they are attacking thousands and thousands and thousands of civilians and then blaming those civilians for their own genocide. And this did not happen 8 days ago. This did not start 8 days ago. The Palestinian genocide has been happening for the last 75 years. 75 years. So, will these people ever be free? It does not look like it. It looks like Israel is doing what it's always been doing for almost a century now, which is killing more Palestinians as collective punishment, using one Palestinian crime to justify a war crime against an entire group of people. So it says residents in Gaza City and northern Gaza. In the past days, we've urged you to relocate to the southern area for your safety. We want to inform you that the IDF will not carry out any operations along this route from 10 a.m. to 1 p.m. During this window, please take the opportunity to move southward from southern Gaza. So your safety and that of your family matters. Please follow our instructions and head southward. Be assured, Hamas leaders have already ensured their safety and that of their families. So this is a trap. It sounds like a trap. You're going to funnel millions of people along this tiny, tiny little road, tiny little route. Millions of people. Just imagine cramming all the people in this city and telling them to take one path, one route, one road. It's going to be a giant traffic jam. It's going to be a human stampede. And this is disgusting. Disgusting, man. You can't condone this. And our politicians are complicit in this genocide. Complicit. It's only going to get worse. If you think the casualties are bad now, then wait until a month from now, when the real casualty figures come out. And months from now, they'll still be justifying the endless bombing, the ongoing genocide of Palestinians months, if not years from now, due to this so-called um, terrorist attack. Was really, it was them lashing out because they don't have any rights, they don't have any freedoms. So do you guys think that this is a humanitarian effort by Israel to actually get the people to safety? No, I don't think so. Because they've been saying that they won't bomb anybody that walks to the north. They said there will be a 24-hour window, and guess what? When they started walking to the south of Gaza, they were bombed anyway. It doesn't matter what they say. The end result will be more civilians dead due to the real terrorists, which is the IDF. They are the real terrorists. They are craving bloodshed, and they're using the deaths from their civilians to justify an even bigger atrocity, a 75-year atrocity. Now tell me if Hamas has enslaved and imprisoned Israelis for 75 years. No. This is a 75-year-long atrocity by the Israeli regime, the Israeli apartheid state, the Israeli genociders. nobody believes them. When they say, oh, we won't kill any more civilians, you just have to do exactly what we say, and literally holding millions of people at gunpoint saying, move where we tell you to move or else you'll be attacked. And they're trying to paint themselves like humanitarians. They're trying to paint themselves like they're merciful. It reminds me of the scene in Gladiator where the freaking emperor says, am I not merciful? Even though he's literally just doing it to look good, but his actions say otherwise. That reminds me a lot about that scene. Because what they're doing is one of the biggest crimes against humanity within the last 100 years. Within the last 100, you can't get any worse than this. It's an ongoing atrocity. It's a 75-year-long atrocity. It's an atrocity that unfortunately will not end until the Palestinian people are completely removed, because you can't have a Jewish state without a freaking all Jewish country. They're gonna say, "Oh, it's our birth rate," and they're gonna make up any excuse to get rid of the Palestinians. This is an ethno-state. Israel is an ethno-state that has no basis to do what it's doing by every single law, by every single rule of human rights. They don't have any basis. What they should do is immediately give Palestinian citizens equal rights, equal treatment, equal judgment under the law, and stop treating them like they are quote-unquote animals. That is what needs to be done. That is what needs to be done immediately. And even if Israel does invade Gaza, let's say they kill every single Hamas member, there'll just be another Hamas. 20 years later, who do you think is going to be the Hamas of tomorrow? The people you bombed, the people you called animals. That is what is going to happen. This has been an utter failure within the human rights community. That let human rights exist in a country where the existence of people is seen as an affront to the idea of Zionism. The racist, narcissistic, idiotic belief that one race of people are chosen and the other race of people are animals. Goy. This is religious ideology taken to an extreme. Okay, it's one thing to practice religion. It's another thing to ethnically cleanse an entire group of people because of that religion. And a lot of Jewish people are speaking out. This is not to demonize all Jewish people. I believe just the label you are given at birth does not define you on an ethical level. There are Jews speaking out against this. There's lots of Jews on social media speaking out against this. Israelis speaking out against this. But the fact remains that this idea of Zionism has led to this moment. And once they're finished genociding the Palestinians, they're going to move into other countries because Zionism never stops. Look up the Greater Israel Project, where it's going to encompass a massive part of the Middle East. Literally, look it up. I'm not lying. They're not going to stop after Gaza. They're not going to stop after the West Bank. They're going to keep going and keep going and keep going until there's no one left. Because they are no better than ISIS. They are no better than the jihadists because they are acting on religious faith and using violence to enact that faith. These are the real jihadists. These are the real ISIS. Israel is the real terrorist. Israel is a cult of religious nut jobs who are enslaving, yes, literally enslaving an entire group of people. Like this was ancient times of just casually enslaving a bunch of people, kicking them out their homes, saying you're animals, something you literally see during American slavery. Yet everybody turns a blind eye to this. Nobody cares. Nobody, no, none of the internet, none, the UN doesn't care. The NATO doesn't care. Human Rights Watch doesn't care. Because if they cared, this wouldn't be happening. Look up the Israeli lobby, AIPAC. They control most of our politicians. Because America is a huge resource to the Israeli government. America is Israel's greatest resource. So they spend some of their foreign aid that we give them in order to buy out our own politicians. So these same politicians then give even more money to the Israeli government. So it's an endless, it's really money laundering and corruption. And it's just this huge cycle. So that's why politicians are so afraid to call them out. Because if they call out their cash cow, which is Israel, that's just funneling money into their pockets, then they're gonna get exposed. There's gonna be bad things that'll happen. It is disgusting, with no sort of moral justification. Now, I'm not saying what Hamas did was also justifiable, but I think that it's kind of pointless to say Hamas is evil. They're evil, terrorists, evil. Like, you could say that a million times, but the direct actions of the Israeli government led to the creation of Hamas. There would be no Hamas without Israel purposefully funding Hamas, promoting Hamas. Look, there's plenty of documents showing Israel wanted Hamas over the Fatah, the secular Palestinian government. They don't want that. They want an enemy that they can call the bad guy. They don't want peaceful protesters. They don't want peaceful organizations. They want evil Hamas that they can wag their finger at all the time and lower public sentiment towards the Palestinian cause. That's what they want. They want something they can point their finger at and say, this is dangerous. This is evil. This is why we genocide those Palestinian animals. That is what they want. They don't want a peaceful government in Gaza. So yeah, this is just my video. It's 4:50 a.m. and I'm sick. My sinuses are clogged. I don't know. But yeah, that's just my thoughts. I made a quick video. So if you like the video, like, comment, subscribe.